taking flight. Cobra!
Good evening, folks. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming to you today with another quick review, a long overdue G.I. Joe Classified quick review. I'm so tickled to having these two in. That should be the dead giveaway of who I'm reviewing tonight. We have a quick look here at Xamot and Tomax, and the way the box art does, they just like to show it complements and finishes each other's sentences. As you can see, they are a mirror image of themselves there. We're going to go around on the side here and take a look at 44 is Tomax, 45 is Xamot, and for those that don't know, the scar denotes Xamot. And this is just a really great deal there. There's a quick look at the back of the box for those that hadn't seen the one sheet of the newer figures. And on this side, they also, when you push them together, like I said, they just finish each other and complement each other, even when it comes to the box art there. And that is a beautiful thing. Thank you, Hasbro designers, for doing these two justice. The only thing that could have made it better is if they were in an actual 2-pack, because they are a package deal. They're co-CEOs, co-commanders of the Crimson Guard, and the Crimson Twins are finally here. So let's get these guys out of the package and see how cool they are. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like, share, subscribe to this channel and continue to help it grow. And in a very Tomax and Xamot thing, if you have the funds, the donations, please consider donating to my Patreon. Thanks again for watching this quick review. So what all comes in the box with these two? Both twins have this really cool looking submachine gun, looking more realistic than the first wave of figures' release weapons, and just really spectacular. This gun is also complemented by a silencer with some very nice details there, magazine clip to fit in that nice machine gun, and each twin coming with this nice snaky-like esque blade. It just looks so great. Black hilt, silver paint there on the blade, looking very nice ×2 for both. And before we go and arm them up, I just wanted to go through and do a quick 360 on the turntable, showing that they are an exact mirror all the way around of each other. And I love how this is done on the box art on the front cover and on the side there. And they are co-CEOs of Extensive Enterprises. They are co-commanders of the Crimson Guard, and the Crimson Twins do not disappoint here. Real quick, we're going to go through the articulation. Going to start with that nice face sculpt there of Xamot and his scar, and you can see his crimson sash, and nice paintwork here on the blue of his uniform. Articulation wise, he can look up this far, has some hindrance there with the guard. This is kind of neat too, because they're in. You can unpack from the back and remove if desired. So you got this kind of look here. Go while this is gone. You got both of these arms that can go around in the circle there. You got upper bicep swivel. You've got pinless double elbows there. That just looks outstanding. It has a backward crunch this far, forward crunch this far, and a nice waist swivel concealed by the belt there. And so what we do on one side, we need to do on the other. That looks good. Boom, the butterfly there, all the good stuff that you got. And for the lower half, we'll work on his brother there. And with Xamot, if you have to raise his right arm, you'll have to raise his left arm. It's just this mirror, awesome dynamic that they shared in the show, finishing each other's sentences right down to the classified figure. Now onto that lower waist, below the waist articulation with Tomax. There's Xamot all armed up, and now we're on to that lower articulation with Tomax. Getting to the bottom of the Crimson Twins, we have the drop down, and it's hindered on this side with Tomax. On Xamot, it's the opposite. You got like a piece that is built into the belt there, and it's the only thing that really concerns me over time. He does got the upper thigh swivel there, double pinless knees that has got that much articulation there, and then working on down the leg. Has it got a boot swivel at all? Oh, it does got a boot swivel, guys. So there's a boot swivel there because of the big crazy boot there. It is there. And then it's got an ankle rocker and plenty of this way and hindered toward the front there because the way that does. And due to the hill on either side, it's kind of a piece of work to try to get them to go to the full van damage, but they can get the high kick poses if you desire. So that's about all it's going to do for the articulation there. We're going to get this straightened back up, and we got him all down. I'm just going to look at that face without the scar. This is just immaculate detailing here, guys. I mean, I like the hair and the parts, and just being exact mirrors right down to the box art there in the background. It's just really solid and awesome. So the only thing that's different is that Tomax's box has got the gun like that, and I've got this already going on with the opposite hand with Xamot. So we're going to get this guy arm back up again, and the configurations you will need to do is kind of like this to get this to come back on and go across. Oops, I just did that a little bit wrong. It'll slide right on across and over, and we'll peg in into the back. And with that, it kind of hinders it a little bit, but I mean, for the arm there, the right arm on Tomax, the left arm on Xamot. But it's so cool that they thought about those things. The only thing I think they could have been a knockout of the park home run is that this was a cloth sash versus that. But the red and the crimson guard are supposed to be this red, and I can't wait to get a hold of those crimson guards to go along with the brothers here, the dynamic duo. And love how his eyebrow is slightly raised more than his brother there. That's so cool, man. They are smart, cocky, and awesome. So I'm gonna get getting them done up here and get a couple poses. And here's the duo mirroring themselves even in this pose here and looking flipping amazing. And being these twins in the show and in the figure form is the strength and the weakness, right down to the sash. One shoulder is obviously hindered with articulation. Unless you take the sashes off, then you got full articulation. Both the brothers suffer the weakness that way, and that was how you could hurt one in the show. If he got punched in the face, he felt it too, and then you could just keep on attacking, and that would be their undoing. But on the strong front, they knew each other's thoughts and worked together as a team, an ultimate team. That was their strength, and Cobra's strongest right hand men. But yeah, these guys are spectacular. I want to get some more poses right here real quick. Here's my life imitating the box art. The twins are imitating their corporate side, but in their suits. And that would probably be a nice future release of the Classified series, to also have them in the suits. Everything's about the duality and likeness and mirror imaging right down to the business attire, and just awesome. I call this their knives out pose, and just wow. Really awesome set of twins. I do believe this would have been the ultimate 2-pack, so perhaps whenever they do go to release them, see, what happens to one happens to both. So we got them back up again, and hopefully we can get this on around here. Yeah, this set is just really cool. Speaking of the sets, hopefully they'll do the corporate suits too in the not too distant future, and hopefully not tied up as a exclusive, but wide release to everybody. This duo deserves to be owned by all. Let's get you into some final thoughts here. Thanks again for watching. Some final thoughts on these two, Xamot and Tomax Pioli. absolutely rock in their classified debut. They can bust all the poses. They can do the stuff in mirror and look good doing it too. And can't wait to see if they actually either able to remove the sashes to put on the business clothes and whatnot, and or to see if they do another release with with the dynamic duo but in their business suit attire. I mean, everything about them is together, and I can't believe these were sold separately, but I'm so glad to have them in hand. And this review deserved the duality and the closeness that they are, because when they are together, they're at their strongest. When they're separate, they're weak, and their strength can also be turned on them as a weakness. But the one thing is weak about them is this little bit here on the shoulders. But I mean, everything is true to the old look, and just wow, I just absolutely love how he smirks with the eyebrow raise. He gives like almost a people's eyebrow. And I love the scar detailing there, and the detailing and the paintwork on these are immaculate. Can't wait to get a hold of those crimson guards to have one on each side of them, and crimson bats that we just had pre-ordered at the PulseCon there. Thanks again to Hasbro, for doing especially the G.I. Joe team, doing such a great job on these in this release. I'm going to miss the plastic bubbles, but absolutely love the twins. The twins absolutely rock. High recommend. Huge Yojo shout out. And if you hadn't done so already and you like this video, make sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, help the channel continue to grow. And in the spirit of them, perhaps finance the donate to Patreon link down in there. As we move forward here and I get more and more stuff together here and get my channel to continue to grow. Thanks again to the ones who subscribe already. Y'all have an excellent week out there. If you're a fan, get these guys. Don't hesitate, and you will not be disappointed. Have a great week out there, y'all.